Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to care for lupin or lupines. Now they're a beautiful American plant that is found the world over that's really easy to grow as long as you try to recreate their natural habitat. So lupin or lupine has been found naturally from Southern California from the beaches to the mountainside, the Cascade Mountains, all the way up to the northwest. And so they can be grown in sandy soil along the beach or in mountainous areas really, really well. And they can handle pretty cold temperatures. Maybe not as cold as Alaska, but in the mountains of the northwest, they do really well. And they're really easy to start from seed in the spring, or you can start them from root anytime, especially in the fall when you divide them back out. So you can buy a lupin or lupine by the root, or you can buy them by the seed and start them. But whenever you buy a plant that's kind of rooted and you want to transplant it, whether you're putting it into the soil of your home or in the ground, I always like to stimulate growth on the roots by just kind of cutting it up a little bit, just breaking them up so it's just not a big rock when you plant it. And turn around when you plant them back in, you want to have the roots covered but the foliage exposed. And just make sure it's kind of covered up. And you want to water them well, but give them really good drainage. They never want to sit in water. And what I've learned too about lupine is if you're in a mountainous area where it's kind of cool, or you're along the beach where it's cool, they can handle full hot sun. If you're inland or somewhere where it can get really hot and kind of dry in the summer, give them part shade in the afternoon and they'll do much better. Because if it's too hot, they just kind of fry. But as long as the foliage looks good, leave them green. As soon as the blooms are done, cut the blooms out. Leave the foliage till it turns brown, then cut it to the ground. And they'll come back every year, as long as you live in a milder climate. If you live in a really, really cold climate, then just dig them up, throw them in the garage. Leave the roots dry, but never too dry. Just try to keep them alive, and then plant them again in the spring. But they're a beautiful plant for your garden.